Hey, we're live for another Global Podcast Editors Chats. It's a delirious day on this side of the world in Split, Croatia, but we're going to push through and have a good time. We're here. Hey, Global Podcast Editors, we're here to connect editors around the world to each other. And over on Substack, we're also connecting you all to different production companies slowly but surely. So we're doing a bunch of things in different spaces. Those are the two main ones that I want to tell you about right now, and I'll tell you more at the end. But honestly, these people around me are pretty amazing, so we need to get to finding out who they are. Matt, you're one of them. We need to find out who they are and what they've been going through recently. So let's go counterclockwise. Well, for me, counterclockwise. Steve, can you tell us when you meet someone and you talk about what you do with podcast editing, what's your elevator pitch?
I tell them that I fell into podcast editing from just being an audio engineer throughout from my time in, I believe, in high school all the way through college and my professional work. I've just been in audio. Like that's just all I've done is audio. So that's what I'm just a general audio engineer, and I fell into podcasting, and that's what I do now.
Fantastic. Rachel, how about you? What do you tell people?
Sure. So I generally will tell people that I'm in a mid-career transition into audio editing. What you see behind me is not my home or studio or anything like that. This is my day job. And I really got started starting a podcast like literally everybody else did in 2020 with lockdowns and what have you, and really discovered a love for the work. And so now what I get really excited about doing is helping people tell the best story that they can, whatever that story looks like, whether it's fictional or non-fictional. And my goal is also to, I say, elevate minoritized voices within the space.
Nice.
There's a lot of stories out there.
There are, and they're wonderful. Matt, how about you?
How do I describe myself? Recently, I've taken to saying I help passionate experts create content that they just didn't think they could. I hear a lot of people say, I can't make a podcast. And I ask them why. And I work with people, I coach with people creating those podcasts or the myriad of content that goes outside of podcasting now. I asked at the podcast show, what is a podcast? And I didn't get the same answer twice. So that's what I do. And then I have a production company side of my business. Cult Audio is part of Cult Media, and I edit vast amounts of podcasts for people all over the world and sound design for other stuff.
Awesome. And I'm Steph, the host of Global Podcast Editors. I also write the newsletter that we have over on Substack. What do I tell people? My elevator pitch? I do podcast editing and other stuff, including writing about podcasting, podcasting consults. I dabble in experiments with podcast marketing, and I talk way too much about podcasting in general. In the chat room, I'm going to put the link to our newsletter, whether you're watching this now or in the future. I hope you check it out. There is a free and a paid version, so you can certainly get. Oh, sorry. Oh, I'm hearing.
That's the loop of you. Have you got
Is
YouTube
it
open?
really? No, I do not. That's interesting.
Podcasting ghosts.
We're haunted. Awesomeness.
Well, I mean, my university used to be a hospital, so it might be because of me.
Okay.
Oh, cool. Okay, yeah. So we'll do the seance about halfway in.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so that's about us. If you are in the chat room at any point, feel free to leave comments or questions, and we will handle them as they come in. All right, on to the nitty-gritty of what we do during these chats, talking about either business, technical, or creative challenges in our podcast editing work for clients. Let's see. This always goes horribly wrong when I ask for a volunteer, so I'd like to volunteer Rachel to go first.
All right.
Rachel, what's one challenge you've had recently in your podcast editing?
Sure. So my most recent challenge has actually been with follow-up with clients, right? Like I've gotten a lot of people reaching out, right? Like I want to start a podcast. Can you help me with this? But the people that I am attracting right now are people who are a lot like myself, and that is folks who are working full time, are parents of young children, and it's the excitement of starting a podcast and knowing that you are an expert in what you want to talk about, and placing that on your priority list is sometimes a challenge. And so I feel I'm trying to balance like an appropriate amount of follow up, like, hey, are you still interested in this, with not wanting to be completely obnoxious and constantly following up when maybe they're just thinking like, dang it, I just want to ghost you. Can you let me do that, please? So that's my challenge of the moment.
Oh, that's so hard.
Yeah. I heard some
Matt,
great advice about that.
go for it.
Instead of like asking, do you need my help or not? Someone that I watched the other day, I think it was on TikTok. I lose hundreds of hours to TikTok a year,
Yep.
or maybe a week. But he said what you can do is you can follow up with some relevant content or something to do with their situation or something that they've revealed as their subject matter. And you say, hey, I found this article. I think the guy in the video sets up Google Alerts. So he gets a new client, they're like, hey, I do this. And he sets up Google Alerts. And then every day he gets content. And then he just finds a good piece, sends them an email and says, hey, I found this. I hope you find it interesting. And you're just giving, you're not asking. And then you can see what comes from that. But
I love that.
It's a nice
Thank
way
you.
of getting back in touch without the whole employ me thing.
Right.
Would you, when you do that, Matt, do you usually send that like via email, which could be a more
Yeah, not
formal
mine.
route,
I saw
or
it
in
on
the socials?
TikTok. Yeah, I haven't done it myself, but
You haven't?
it definitely stuck in my mind. That's a
Ah.
great way to reach out to people.
Yeah, yeah.
A lot of my clients are local, and so they text me. I know that's probably kind of taboo in the podcast world because like it's all email and it's like super professional and whatever. But mine's very casual because I can just drive to their place and just talk to them. And usually they're the ones reaching out to me. But if I haven't heard from them from a while, I ask them how they're doing. And so, or occasionally it's like sharing an article or sharing a piece of equipment that they've been wanting or something that's gotten better. And I'm just like, hey, here's this piece of equipment. I know you've been looking for this mixer. I know you've been looking for a new lav. This seems like up your alley, like stuff like that. But that's what my experience is. I don't have a hard time with it, with follow-ups too much. Everybody's always hounding me, so everybody's calling me.
Man in demand.
Did you find that since you're on a text message level with your clients that they contact you more than they would if you were just in a, like, I don't know, I guess more formal communication method like email?
I'm sorry, repeat the question again.
Yeah, that was a long one. Do you think they contact you more because you're texting than using something like email?
It's not an every week thing though. It's like maybe once or twice a month. It's still close to email, I would say.
That's cool. I would love to have more of my clients on like WhatsApp or Signal or stuff.
I have one client on WhatsApp and he sends me memes and we haven't worked together for 2 years, but weekly he'll send me a meme.
Oh, wow.
And then today he called me and we're going to restart the podcast we started in 2020. So
sweet. That's awesome.
I have one client on Basecamp and and that's a weekly thing. That's a weekly contact thing.
See, I love this because I've been thinking about it, but I was wondering if it might be too much to even offer to clients. If it be like seen as, hey, what do you want to be my friend now? Or something like that. And I'm like, no, but I mean, why can't this just be easier? Email. Yeah. Oh, interesting. Oh, we got a message over in the chat room. Matthew Linder said, I feel you there, Rachel, being a father of 3 and also working a full-time day job. Y'all are motivated. Just wow. All right. So, let's see. Steve, how about you? What's one challenge you've had recently?
Kind of like what we were talking about before we got on the live part of the show. I'm still struggling to find a good servicer for video and audio together.
Mhm.
synced video audio together what is promised by these companies.
Right.
It's not. It seems like it's a hard thing to do, and I understand the limitations, but it's just hard to find a very stable platform. I've dealt
Mhm.
with Riverside. Right now, we're dealing with Remotely. I think they're supposed to do one today, so hopefully that goes through well. I didn't do it last week, so they didn't have any video last week, which was a bummer. So that's a very challenging thing to find. I'm trying to find
Yeah.
a good servicer because I just can't find one. Can't find a good one.
With good reason. Yeah. Have you tried
Hmm.
what's that new one? Is it Boomcast? Boomcaster?
There's a new one every week, isn't there?
I know. But I've actually seen people that I respect their opinion of testing it out, and I'm waiting for them to finish their test before I even go there because there's so many new ones, I tend to wait for people to do
Yeah, right.
stuff first.
Right
Yeah.
now, my clients are using Zoom, and
Mhm.
it's just it's
Yeah.
not great, and it's pretty a big hassle.
Mhm.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It is.
testing. But I guess all of these apps not quite working the way we want. I guess there's some videographers and production companies out there happy that they can be employed to go to places and film. Otherwise,
And it's a lot of this could be mitigated if all of our clients knew how to use OBS and could just record their video and audio at the same time. It would be a dream for all of us.
Yeah. But if they were that technically inclined, they probably wouldn't even want us to do anything else.
yeah,
I mean, that's just the
Yeah.
recording portion of it, though. I mean, there's still editing parts of it. Like I edit
Yeah.
video to a very high degree when it comes to video podcast portions,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't do it as often as anymore. But I was cutting audio and video together, and making it seamless in a podcast form, and it makes that difficult when I can't sync the video and audio together because something happened. Just something happened during
I
its
pretty much
encoding.
stopped that. I don't edit the video as much as I used to. I said to clients, like, if you want video, it's going to be
Costs a
basically
lot.
the full intro, the full interview, and
Mhm.
then I'll do an audio version that will be an actual produced podcast. Audio is my favorite. That's
what I've been doing.
That's what I'm going to curate more. I can do you a video, but it's just going to be the whole show.
But
Stumbles and all.
it's expensive. I was charging a lot for that. I was charging a lot for a very pristine video,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
now it's it's just put it together, slap it together, and put it up. And I think that's and honestly, people really don't mind. The only time they do mind is when the guest or host is like like a lot.
Mhm.
And at that point, you should figure out your prospects of maybe video's not your show.
Yeah.
It should be
Right.
audio
You're
only.
getting frustrated with it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's true. It's true because if you do have somebody like that that's umming and ahhing that much, to do all of that editing out, the jump cuts are crazy, and then that's a ton more work. And most clients don't want to pay for that, or, I mean, it's also super tedious to do. So, yeah. It took me a little while. Like I was trying to do audio and video in the same round when I first started doing it, and then I realized it really is a different take because
It's a different discipline. Mhm.
yeah. Well, and it's a different thing. Like people are much more forgiving of that what I just did like that kind of thing when there's a visual, but if it's just audio, you do want to take more of those out. And so I was like, no, this is definitely two different edits. The video and the audio are two different edits, and the video, like Matt was saying, is usually way less.
There was no ROI on it. There was no. We weren't getting more views on YouTube.
Yeah.
It just didn't make any sense. And then that video goes to become social media. Like there's no point putting like the crazy edits because you can almost edit the social media clips to reduce the ums and ahs. Do you know what I mean? So again, it just saved that process. I could just move that on and then get to the audio and actually have some fun, create some good content.
Yeah, definitely. We have, to backtrack a little bit, we have a comment from Samuel Jacinto. Sorry if I messed your name up.
Hey,
No, I think I got all the vowels. Anyway,
Yeah.
I have a client for a special project, 6-chapter documentary podcast that we talk on a weekly basis on WhatsApp or Zoom. We even edit together on Zoom occasionally. For the others, we use Slack. Edit together on Zoom.
Wow.
I love that idea of doing that with a client. Have you guys
I
ever
th-
done that?
I thought about live streaming me editing,
Yeah.
just to see what would happen, but I think I'd get attacked by my dog too many times for it to be worth watching, because he doesn't like me doing things that aren't including him. So,
Is he in the
yeah.
room right now?
No, God, no, you'd know about it.
Okay.
There'd be blood on the walls.
Yeah, you know, now I'm curious about Samuel's experience because I recently signed a contract with a like a production company as a contractor. But I'm still in training, and I was doing one of those I was doing like a live training session with the owner of the company. And it was very discombobulating for me because what I was seeing on the screen is not what I was hearing in my ears. And so he was going, hey, do you see where this is? And I'm like, okay, yes, I can see it with my eyeballs, but my ears aren't syncing up. And so like it was a lot of labor for me. And I'm curious how that would play out for somebody else, but I did not like it one bit, even though it was necessary in the moment.
That's true. That's true. Samuel did say he's a video editor, so it's pretty easy. So his client he knows what he's looking at. He knows what he wants to do. Yeah.
Okay, well that makes sense then.
Yeah. Yeah.
My
I do like the
experience was
idea.
audio only, and I didn't like it anyway.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, more comments. I've done some virtual co-working with other podcast editors, which was very cool. Matthew Linder says.
Yeah, Matthew. Well, and now I'm just bringing Matthew in. Matthew, are you part of the Air Media community? Because I think that I've seen your name before. I'm also a member, and like all these things you're sharing, I'm pretty sure that we have talked about this before on the internet.
It's a small world after all.
Because Air Media does have like designated times in the United States for folks to co-work together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
I keep meaning to go to that. Yeah. That is funny. Too funny. All right, Matt, how about you? What's one big challenge you've been having recently?
So I set myself a massive challenge in January or February. I put out a post that said I would like to try to do one-to-one podcast editor workshops. And I did them, and I did a lot of them. I did nearly 20 in the end for free, like an hour to 90 minutes long with a podcast editor with minimal knowledge on what their problems were, what door they were using. I just wanted to see if I could do it.
Right.
And I did it, and I loved it, and I learned loads.
Wow.
Yeah. Interestingly, the number of people from the Philippines applying over everywhere else, like 50% more people from the Philippines applying. Really
Wait,
interesting.
What's the challenge?
So challenges, the three big challenges. The three big challenges. The biggest one was I just want to do audio. Do I have to do show notes? Do I have to do artwork? Do I have to do social media? I like audio. I want to do audio. That was one of the biggest ones. The next one was people were saying they were an editor, but really what they wanted to do was so much more of the management side of things. A lot of the kind of Lauren Wrighton kind of stuff, show notes, guest booking, managing that. And what they wanted to ask from me was, how do I make the editing quicker so I can do more other tasks and make more money? Which is the opposite. And then the third one was people don't know what an EQ is or how it works, and they hate EQs. And reverb, people want to handle really low resolution audio and manage to deliver a polished product. So I did lots of one-to-one workshops on using RX, how to use EQ carefully, removing reverb. And so many of them I said, look, there's only so much you can do with this audio that you've been given. You can't be too hard on yourself. And I guess the fourth one that came up across everyone, but I think we talk about this anyway, is how much to charge and how to charge more. And that was kind of true in the second point, where people are like, I need to get the editing done so I can do the show notes quicker, so that I can do the guest booking and earn more money. But yeah, it was so interesting. It was a massive challenge for me. I loved it. And everyone I spoke to has given me really good feedback, and they really enjoyed it. So yeah.
So a lot of what you shared are the challenges that they were having. Was there anything that, other than pricing, was there anything that was super hard about doing them? Because 20, wait. You did 20 of them in what time frame? Was that a month?
Over 2 months, I did 20, and they
Wow.
ranged between an hour and 90 minutes. It was a huge learning curve for me. That was the
Yeah.
challenge. Like, people would come on and they'd be like, "Hey, what you doing?" And they would say, "I'm editing everything in Premiere. How do I mix in Premiere?" Like, right, okay. Let's build a plugin chain in Premiere. Let's work out how we can do that. Let's work out how we can use the tools that are there to level your audio, some of the export settings. Right, that's that sorted. And it always came around to sort of how do I make, a lot of it was reassuring people that they were on the right track. And I think this is true across the whole podcasting space. Unless you've come in from radio, or like I've come in from TV and music, a lot of the podcast editors out there don't know if they're doing it right, but they're getting away with it, is a lot of the sort of vibe I got. Oh, I've been editing for a year now, but I don't know if I'm any good, but people keep paying me for it. So, and there's this duality of, I'm being paid, so am I doing it right, or do the clients not know any different? So I talk through everyone's workflow to see how much time they're spending, what apps they're using, what they worry about. I mean, some people were listening to one 60-minute piece of audio up to 7 times. I ain't
The whole way
time for-
through 7
Yeah,
times?
yes.
No.
Yes.
Yeah,
She
exactly what
does not
Rachel
want to be
just
doing
said.
that. I
Oh.
was like, no. But she would get the raw audio, and then she would listen to it and get a good idea of what was said.
Oh.
And then she'd jump in and she would sort of sound restore it, and then she would edit it, and then she'd listen back to that edit, and then she would mix it, and then she would listen to it for show notes once it had been signed off, and
Yeah.
then she'd be listening to it again while she was doing other bits for socials. Like 7
That's
times.
not
Madness.
that's not time efficient at all.
like 11
Yeah.
and a half hours on one podcast episode.
Oh no.
Um,
No. Oh gosh.
You can't make money like that.
No.
No. And although if they're was it, I don't want to get too far into somebody else's story, but were they just starting to edit? that-
They've been editing about 16 months.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, so
Yeah.
they'd had enough time, but it just,
Yeah.
they were like, how do I make more money? And I said, well, stop listening to it 7 times. You just got
Yeah.
back 6 hours if you kind of nail this.
Yeah.
Sure, you have to listen to it, but it comes up a lot, doesn't it? Do we charge for QC? Is that the client's responsibility, or is it my responsibility as a producer? And am I getting
Oh,
paid for
good
it?
question. I think it's ours, isn't it? I mean, that's what
Well,
we're
it's up to
there
you and your
to
client,
produce.
really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm with Matt on that one.
Yeah. I mean, I'm
That's up to them.
trying to add to my contract that once I receive confirmation of the sign off, I'm hold harmless. It's their content then.
Mhm.
Like, they own it. Everything that's in it is their responsibility. I upload what they agreed, and then that's it. But yeah, I mean, I think Brian Ensminger brought this up a couple of months ago. He said, QCs, do you get paid for doing a QC? Professional in you should be like, oh, I want to check it because I don't want to deliver something that's wrong. But it's up to an hour of your own time, right? You could be
Oh,
kicking back and
no.
having a beer.
I see. See, for my QC, honestly, I do the transition areas where there's one part going into another. I'll just go through those really quick, which is like maybe 5 minutes if I'm going slow, like intro to beginning and to the ads outside of the, that those areas. I don't actually listen the whole way through again.
I
Ugh.
can't. If I listen through
Yeah.
again, I will re-edit it. I can't help myself. I can't help myself.
Right.
You give me 60 minutes of audio, I'll
No,
deliver you
Matt, it's
45, and
done.
it'll go back through and it'll be
No.
35.
Done.
And
Put it down.
No.
then it just becomes one long vowel by the time I'm finished.
No. Oh gosh.
Don't do that.
Oh, and when it's published, I
People
do
listening, don't do
download
that.
and press. Yeah, no, definitely don't do that. But when it's publication day, I do download and listen to the intro of the client's episode just to make sure that there's something there, because there's always things that can happen, and I'm like, okay, the episode's starting okay. It says the amount of time I know it is. We're good,
Mhm.
and I'll do that quick QC. But I don't listen to the whole thing over again after it's over. Wow, one long vowel. That might be our title for this one.
I love it.
I can just, I have to agree that the client has to sign it off. I can't keep listening. Otherwise, I find too many things.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to get paid for that hour if I'm gonna have to listen to it again.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
done is better than
Absolutely.
perfect, they say, don't they?
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
What did you land on pricing for that?
Where
or
did
are
I
you
land
still
on
working it out?
pricing? Oh, the range was insane.
Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
geolocation obviously permitting.
Mhm.
Even some of the guys I was talking to in the Philippines, I said, you just can't keep charging that lower rate
Mhm.
for like 6 to 7 hours of work. It just doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. It gives them no room to grow.
Mhm.
Everyone I spoke to wanted to get better, but there's this point where you can't be paid to get better. So you need to find space
Mhm.
to make mistakes, to play with new toys, to find who you are as an editor, creative, even listen to other podcasts, right? You need to have those juices flowing. And if you're working an 11-hour day and you just drive, there is no space for you to optimize and to be creative. And that's a real shame because everyone wants to be doing what they're doing.
Yeah.
So
Right.
they get kind of stale, like anywhere from between $40 an episode all the way up to like $150 seems to be sort of the mean average. That's where people were going.
Yeah.
And then video makes it so much more expensive.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And this is
As
another
it-
thing, video. No one talks about render times with video.
I know. I'm so glad you said that because
Yeah, hours.
It depends on
Hours.
what you're doing, but I
He
mean,
leaves it overnight. And I was
oof.
like, well, that's fine. And he goes, yeah, but if there's an edit and I still need to meet a deadline, then he can lose a whole morning.
Yeah, it also depends on their equipment
Mhm.
because render times for me takes like, I don't know, like less than 15 minutes to do an hour video. So like, there's
Wow.
no,
What
there's no
machine
way.
do you have, Steve?
I'm just using a GPU. You have to have a GPU if you're going to
Yeah.
be doing anything serious video.
Wow.
And that was my recommendation. He had a MacBook
Yeah.
Pro.
Yeah,
I
you're gonna have,
said,
and that's
you can have an
AM
external GPU.
and it's
Yeah.
locked into AMD for an Apple ecosystem. You can't get an NVIDIA card.
No.
So
Yeah, that was a great challenge. It was loads of fun. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it. It's incredibly hard to work out. I wanted to charge for it, but it was also an experiment because who am I to think that I can solve everyone's problems? And I enjoyed that challenge, but I don't know if I'll charge for it. I don't know if there's enough demand for a podcaster's clinic one-to-one.
I think there is. I see a lot of people asking for advice on things. And I think if there were, especially if you had different increments, like if somebody could have just 15 minutes for a specific
Yeah.
problem or half an hour for kind of just a quick workflow thing or specific sound thing. Like if
Yeah.
you had those like 15, 30, maybe 45, like different time periods, I
That's a
think
good
that
idea.
could be a thing.
Yeah, maybe
price
I'll
it
look at
out.
doing it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I know I would. I took Hindenburg one-on-one lessons from Becca, who was a previous guest on here. And I found that really helpful because there were things I knew from Audacity that transferred over. And there were things that I'm like, I know what I want to do. I just don't have the patience to sit through boring videos. And I just want to know how to get there now because I
Yeah.
know what needs to be done. And it was amazing. In like 4 or 5 sessions, I got really far.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I think those can be really, really useful.
I was just writing an introduction email for like an email sequence, and in it I reminded myself of sort of coming up through the ranks, mainly working in TV post-production, and I hated the idea of having to ask for help, but I always wanted a mentor. I always wanted a resource to go to that would give me the answer and not have me watching hundreds of hours of YouTube videos. And so many of these podcast
Right.
editors are all self-taught, or they've bought
Yep.
one course, normally the cheapest course they could get their hands on, and they just spend hours watching YouTube over and over, and it's
Yep.
so unspecified what you get in a video that yeah.
Mhm.
So I've kind of reflected back what I was missing when I was coming up in the ranks.
Yeah.
yeah, I'm very lucky to have a mentor when I was working in a studio, and just to be able to walk into their control room and be like, "Hey, I need you to listen to this," and then they'll be like,
So nice.
"Oh, this sounds a little weird right here. Let me fix this for you." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, why is this?" And then they just explain it to you, and then that's it, and then it's in your brain.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's an experience. It's not. I don't think watching videos is an experience that like,
No.
sticks in our
No.
minds.
Yeah, internships
connection.
is a very
Yeah.
big thing too. Like that's
Yeah.
a way in to doing more stuff like this. But for just like
Right.
general audio for me, like for somebody who does post work like that, like
Yeah.
that's a way in to get into figuring out how to do this stuff
Mm.
is asking someone face to face, really.
Mhm.
And if
Ask
you
an
don't have,
editor. Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
It's so true. It's so
Trademark,
true.
Steve Stewart.
Yeah. I would
I really-
challenge. Oh, sorry,
No, go
Steph. Go ahead. No, just I would challenge that a little bit because, like, Steve, you're not going to get any disagreement from me, right? Like internships or like that in-person experience is super valuable, but so many organizations, their internships are all unpaid, and there are a lot of us, right, who can afford to work for free.
Mhm.
I mean, seriously, right? Like, even if you're building the skill set or whatever, like, I would be very appreciative if there are organizations who are like, yeah, we want to offer internships, but we also recognize that your time is valuable.
Mhm.
And here's a stipend, or here's like your hourly wage for your 10-hour-a-week internship, or, or whatever, because I mean, I think most of us just don't have the bandwidth or the space to work for no money.
Mm.
So
Yeah,
just challenging that a little bit, that like, if you don't have that space, like there's not any shame in that either.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, that's where YouTube is. It's right there for you.
I mean,
It
exactly,
is.
but
You almost need an out of hours internship, don't you? Like, if we've got jobs, we're working a 9 to 5, or we've got kids and family, or in my case, a
Mhm.
mental dog. We're busy. If there was an opportunity to have an internship whenever you wanted, and you
Mhm.
could do it for free, because we're spending hours on YouTube and doing the courses and stuff
Mhm.
for free.
Right.
But if there was
Right.
like a structure, then maybe that would help, sort of a framework. Do you know what I mean? And people could do it
Oh,
like
yeah.
an open university
Yeah.
style thing.
And that's what I was thinking is for the folks like me who've done all of this remotely, where that are watching way too many videos and just peeling their eyes out, or scratching their eyes out, whatever the phrase is where is that virtual space where we can pop in and do that kind of
Mm.
thing with folks? And I don't know if that exists yet. I know you can watch people on Twitch and stuff edit and whatnot, but I don't know that you can jump in and share different screens and I'm getting so excited I'm killing my mic. But and like share different screens and brainstorm how to do something differently or make things better and do it
Mm.
like that kind of hands-on style virtually.
Maybe that goes back to Matthew's comment earlier about the co-working online.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's
definitely.
maybe the key benefit is you can be stuck on something and say, how do I get rid of this plosive? And the other
Mhm.
people in the co-working space be like, oh yeah, no worries, you can use RX, or you can just cut the air out.
Yeah. I think our
Mhm.
ghost is back.
Oh no, that
Rachel.
those are live humans, actually.
Oh, okay.
Good.
There we go. All right. So my biggest challenge lately is I've been having more and more phone calls, coffee chats, what have you. And I love them. I love them so much. I love meeting podcasters. I love meeting editors. But so much of the time, because I can't shut up and I can't stop sharing, I find myself giving tons of advice and I end up like hanging up and going, I'm so glad I met that person. But I feel like that was a consult. I feel like a large part of that was a consult. And I have a consultation page and I do sometimes remember to tell people that I do consultations because I do them. But like how when you want to talk to someone and when you want to help someone or you just want to meet someone, to say I'd like to meet you but only if you want to pay me feels very strange. So I'm trying to figure out how to still continue to meet people and network and grow, but also let them know that if they want specific help, here I am for
Yeah.
this.
Mm-hmm.
It's a hard nut to crack for me.
I did this with Page Strategies. I was doing strategy sessions, and then people were just disappearing into the ether. And I was like, well, this sucks because I've just put a load of time into that, and I thought it was going great, and they just ghost me. So I then put a price tag on. You can have 20 minutes for free, and in that we'll work out whether we're a good fit for each other, or if you are even in a space to create a podcast. And then from there, everyone has to have the paid strategy session. We will not go forward. I won't even give you my rate card until we've done that hour-long session. And they get a nice little package afterwards where I talk about, a little bit of the coaching side of things, about what I took from them and why they want to do it, some tech recommendations, some launch strategy, some key fundamentals like cover art sizing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And they can disappear off then, but at least I've made a little bit of money from that interaction because I was doing these hours for nothing like yourself. And
Yeah.
yeah, I don't want to feel
Yeah.
jaded.
No, exactly. I definitely don't. But I also can't stop myself from saying too much. Like once I learn that they're doing something cool, I want to like it just starts coming out of me. I just start vomiting information and that's not useful for me. And so yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe it's making shorter because I'm like giving out half-hour call links. So maybe I should create a 15-minute one and do it that way.
Or learn to stop talking.
No, that's not going to happen. So I need an artificial
Like
barrier.
a Pomodoro technique. You've
Or
got
you
to
can
turn the thing
still-
over. 15 minutes of talky, shushy for 1 minute. Do you have any more questions? Okay, we're back in.
Maybe you could still talk, but just just try not to give it all away. Just like
I
half
can't.
truth
It's
it.
not in me. It's just not in me. I need an external barrier, I think. I think I do need to put
Yeah,
up that.
I mean, if that's what you got to
Yeah.
do for yourself, then maybe that's the key.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's sort of like when I taught in Japan. Like in the West, we had the really short time period where we're comfortable being quiet around each other. In Japan, it was more like a minute or a minute 30. And I had to learn in the classroom, like, don't answer my own questions when I'm trying to get them to talk. Just wait it out, wait it out, wait it out. And so when I would go into a class, I would have certain things in my head, like what to-do list can I work on while I'm waiting for them? Because my mind's still going, but I need to not do anything while I wait for them to speak. Yeah.
I have Japanese
Mhm.
clients as well.
Yeah.
And yeah, it took me a while to be like, are we still working? Are we okay?
Yeah.
We'll
Just
just
a
sit
very
in-
different cultural norm. Yeah. So maybe I need
Yeah.
to do that. I don't know. Maybe I'll try both and see which one's more fruitful, the 15-minute calls or the pausing before sharing more things.
But just
I
hit
don't know.
mute while you're on the call loads of times and then tell them, I'm so sorry about that. To listen to the full transcript, please purchase the video on my website and just
Or like
upload all your Zoom calls like
the
that.
paid live streaming. Like you have
Yeah.
to hit this paid button in order to hear
You
No.
can't hear the audio unless you pay $5 a minute or something.
I probably won't do that.
No.
But that is a funny visual. Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh yeah, and Matthew actually left a comment about AIR saying it was fantastic or is fantastic. A lot of great resources and webinars. Sadly, I have to be in the office on Wednesday, so I haven't been able to attend any more virtual co-working spaces. Yeah, so I think Wednesdays is the day they have the virtual co-working space.
Yep.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, so we've had quite a range of challenges in this round. Let's go around and remind people where they can find us and our stuff. Matt, can you start us off?
Yeah, sure. You can find me at cult.media on the interwebs, and Instagram is cult.media as well. Kept it nice and simples.
Yay, Cult with the K. Rachel?
Cult with a K, yeah.
All right. So my online home is racheledits.co, and Rachel is Rachel. And I'm most active in social media on Twitter. You can follow me at rahansen10.
Steve?
I'm at a transductionpost.com. That's just where you can that's my reel. You can see what work I've done for not just podcasting. I do audiobooks, short films, stuff like that. And I also use Pro Tools, Reaper, and Resolve, if any of that matters for anyone, if they ever need any help in those platforms and those
good to know.
DAWs. So
Very cool. I love Reaper for video. Side note. You know what I forgot to do at the beginning? I might have to shift this around in the video. Maybe. Locations. I'm in Split, Croatia. Steve, where are you?
I'm in Fort Worth, Texas.
Awesome. Rachel?
Coming to you from St. Paul, Minnesota.
Coming to you. I like that.
Yeah,
Matt?
live.
Live and direct. And I'm in Sussex in the south of England.
Awesome sauce. All right. So we truly are an international experience.
Yeah,
Hurrah.
indeed.
Well, thank you so much, Steve, Rachel, and Matt, for joining us for this round of Global Podcast Editors. For everybody who's watching now or in the future, please do check out our newsletter on Substack. That was terrible. Check out our newsletter
now.
over on Substack and the other videos that we have here. We do these chats with different folks every 2 weeks. And our next one is, and I am fully prepared for this, July 7th, my notes say. Usually it's exactly every 2 weeks, but I am actually country hopping from Croatia over to Spain. So we're taking a little break while I unpack. Thank you once again. Matt, Rachel, and Steve hang out for 1 second. And everybody else, see you later. Everybody say bye.
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 Later.
And it takes